You're watching JD's Variety Channel.
Hey everyone, hope you're all having a fantastic day. I'm at my bank here getting ready to go in and get some cornrows. Not actually cornrows, but down south, that's kind of what it sounds like when they say coin rolls. It sounds like cornrows. But anyway, I just went in to pick up some nickels. They did not have a box, but I did get $32 worth of miscellaneous rolled nickels here. And if I can get this stupid thingy open. So there you have it. I got a variety of rolls. I've got a lot of these clear wrappers. I'm going to have to check them to see if anything looks interesting before I open them. And if there is, I'll do those ones live. Got a couple of these types of rolls, which are, I believe these blue ones are the Brinks rolls, or what my bank usually gets. And then there's also one stray customer wrapped in there that looks like it's a little bit older. Not too old, but it's kind of ratty around the edges, like it's been floating around for a while. Now this one, now that almost looked like an old one on the end, but it isn't. But I'll go ahead and look at the enders, see if there's anything cool, and we'll start opening them up, see if we can find any silver war nickels, proofs, errors, you name it. Let's get to looking. Alright, so I'm back at my place and I got everything set out here. Just want to show you guys, this is one of the basic tripods that I use, just a small one. But when I do the coin roll hunting, even on its lowest setting, when I set it up on the top of here and point down, sometimes the audio is weird just because of the angle that I'm at. It's hard to get the coins up and around it. So actually for the coin roll hunting, the best setup I've had for keeping my hands in front of the camera and showing everything close up is just using one of these super cheap tripods. The only difference is if you bump one of these, they don't really stay very well. But anyway, this one came for 99 cents on a slow boat from China. So yeah, that's about as cheap as you can get for a tripod. But it actually works perfect for the coin roll hunting videos. Wouldn't really recommend it for anything else though, because if you try to wrap it around stuff, it's just not as sturdy as the actual name brand ones. And kind of like this one that has 500 different knobs for locking it at different positions. But yeah, let's get her hooked up and let's get looking. All right, so it turned out that these two rolls here were not Brinks rolls. It's NE String and Son Incorporated, Harrisburg, PA. I've seen those before, and man, look at this one. I don't know where that was. It's really worn down around the edges. And you're going to have to deal with hearing my AC come on, because it is getting hot here in Tennessee. We're getting into the crazy summer months, which I call Tennessee winter, because it's so hot here and the ground's so hard. It's like metal detecting in ice. But anyway, here's the other one. What we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and open this one live to start with, and then I'll probably do a time lapse unless I find anything good for these ones, and then maybe we'll do one of those live, see if it's good. So anyway, while I'm opening this, I wanted to give a shout out to another YouTuber who is Quinn's Coins. You can check him out. I'll put links in the comments in the description below. He does really good coin roll hunting videos. They're even more in depth than mine, and he does some coin roll hunting competitions, which are pretty cool to watch. So I recommend that you check out his channel. He does a lot of informational content as he's going and doing the coin roll hunt. So it's not like you're just watching him open them. He works hard at editing the videos and putting them together to make them educational and entertaining. So you should definitely check him out. He's been subscribed to my channel for a long time, and we've been friends for quite a while. So definitely go ahead and check out his channel. And I forgot to turn my light on here. Oh, there we go. Let there be light. Let's get some of these down here. Alrighty, that's much easier now. Ugh, we already started with one that's got some kind of nasty gunk on it. But let's see if there's anything old in this roll. There you go, first roll. That's a pretty good sign. Fairly common, 1950 AD, but it's an older one. I like to save all the pre-1960. That one's pretty worn down. And the reason I save a lot of the coins that are pre-1960, nickels are one of the easiest coins rolls to look through to find coins that are worth more than face value, just because Jefferson nickels have been made for a long time and people don't pay much attention to them because they don't have silver content. So you can commonly find nickels in these rolls that date back to the late 1930s, and a lot of them are worth anywhere between like 10 and 50 cents a piece. Now this one's really not worth more than 5 cents because that's a common one, but there's a lot of coins from the late 30s up into the 50s that are worth significantly above face value. So nickels are an easy way to pull out some basically what I would call free collector's coins, because you're only paying face value for them. So if you don't like them, you can just cash them back in at your bank. But anyway, that's a 1958, and oh, look at that. Man, that roll turned out to be a good one, that customer wrapped. Look at that, a 1942. And I can tell from the tin of this, 1942 is the first year that they went and transitioned into the 35% silver war nickels. But unfortunately, this one I can tell is not a silver variety just from the color of it, so it's not going to have a mint mark above the Monticello. But that's still in good condition. That's maybe like a close to a VF coin. And this one would actually have some catalog value. Not a whole lot, but I'd have to check, and I'll put a price on the video, but maybe 50 cents or a buck, something around in there. That's actually a beautiful find for the first roll. Kind of shocked me a little bit. So let's go ahead and look through these again. Or not again, continue to look through these, see if there's any older ones in this roll. Almost on that one, 1962, very common. Okay, so that's going to do it for the first roll, and I'm going to keep looking through the rest, and hopefully we can get a piece of silver, maybe a buffalo nickel, but if not, we're already off to a good start. I'm actually going to go ahead and do this next one live here, because this one on the end looks fairly old. That could be from the 40s or 50s, possibly, but the only thing about these plastic wrappers, man, is they are a lot harder to get open than the paper ones. The funny thing is I normally do a time lapse because by the time it takes to go through all these coin rolls when I do the hunts, especially when I do a box, I kind of lose track of my frame of mind and what happens. So either I don't know what to say and I just look through the rolls and it's boring, or I do what I'm doing now and I start talking, but then I stop looking through the rolls. So it's actually kind of funny. But yeah, I called it on that one. You could tell from the reverse strike. So that's awesome. That's actually the first old coin I've ever gotten on an end. I don't do quite as much coin roll hunting as a lot of the coin roll hunting themed channels out there, but strangely enough, I'm one of the early YouTubers who started doing this several years ago, and people really started liking the videos, and I get a lot of requests that say, hey JD, I just love when you look through coin rolls. So here you go, guys. I'm looking through coin rolls, and that's a really nice 1948, probably very fine condition. Coin like this, that might be about a 10 or 15 cent coin. You're not going to generally get rich doing this, but it's kind of a constructive way to have a little bit of fun. Come on, get out of here. Yeah, I do not like these cellophane wrapper rolls. I have getting the paper ones open down to a science. And the 64s always throw these back. This is the most minted nickel ever. There's still tons of these in circulation today, and I find tons of them metal detecting. Just because you find a 64 nickel does not mean you're on the right track. There are gazillions of these out there. So just throw them back, unless it's an error coin or something. See, another 64 right there. What did I tell you? They're just everywhere. Okay, well the one on the end seems like the only one for that roll. And I guess while I'm opening the next one here, I'll explain a little bit why I kind of explained a little bit why I like to look through nickels, but if you're primarily looking for silver and you want silver in volume and you actually want to make a little bit of profit doing this, the best coins to look through are probably $half first, because all it takes is 140 or 90% $half, and they're worth quite a bit over face value. But nickels, in my opinion, are the next best coins to look through other than $half, because the silver war nickels, a lot of people don't know there were ever silver nickels made. So even though they're from the early 1940s, I found that you can find more than one in a box. I've seen people pull like 4 or 5 out of a box. Once in a while you won't find any, but generally, I don't have a whole box today. But when you get a $100 box of nickels, it's not uncommon to find a silver one in there. So nickels just give a good variety too. But in order, I would go, if you're looking for just silver, I would go $half, and then if no $half, go with nickels. And then if you can't get nickels, dimes would be the next best. But generally, dimes and quarters are fairly hard to find silver in. The dimes would definitely be better. more probable. I worked part-time as a cashier. Man, look at this one. That's an uncirculated 1987D. Might have full steps on it. I'll set that one aside. That one's pretty nice for the age of it. But anyway, I worked as a cashier part-time for like 5 years, and I opened rolls all the time, and I'd never found a single silver quarter. Not that they're not out there. I've had a few people pay with them, but I found a lot more silver dimes than I did quarters, and I know generally it's pretty much the same way with people opening coin rolls, and at least from what I've seen on YouTube. Sometimes they do pretty decent with the dime rolls, but I rarely see anyone find silver quarters in a box. But it does happen. So my advice is, go for the $half if you're looking to make the most potential profit from silver, or if you're trying to build a silver collection. And then nickels, I would say second, dimes third. And then obviously, unless you got some kind of weird shaped old foreign coin, you're not going to find silver in a penny roll. Although there are once in a while some dimes that pop up in penny rolls, but I've never heard of somebody finding a silver dime in a penny roll. I mean, that would be kind of a freak thing. But that last roll didn't have anything in it, anything decent. And not looking too great on this. Ooh, this one's probably going to be old. Let's flip it over. 1948, not bad, a little more worn down. Fairly common date, but hey, anytime you get a coin that old out of circulation is always a good thing. Alright, so we're like 4 rolls in, and I'm going to start looking through these here now, and we'll do a time lapse until we find something else so I don't ramble you all to death and drive you nuts. Man, that one's really beat up there. Not good. Okay, you can see this one right here. I'm not sure if that was on the end, but this one looks a little bit older. 1964, bummer. They can fool you sometimes. '63. Why the heck not? I'll just probably won't speed up this video. I'm planning on doing a trip this weekend. I'm not really telling anyone where I'm... Oh, there was a gap in there. That was weird. Maybe it was from me letting them out. That was really strange. But anyway, going on a trip this weekend, kind of leaving it a secret for the video. I think you guys are really going to enjoy the videos I'll be filming because I'm dying to do some more exploring right now. Haven't been getting out a whole lot lately. There you go. Here's one right here. 1959 D. A fairly common one, but like I said, save all the pre-1960. And that one's weird. That almost had kind of that silver yellow warnicle tint to it on the back, but it's a 1986. And I sort through the coins pretty quick. I'm not the kind of person that looks at every single coin for little minute errors, and I don't really... If I see one of the rare newer ones like a 2009, I'll pull it, but I don't specifically go through the date on every coin and look for them, just because I like to focus on the older coins more. And it kind of takes forever if you want to go through and look at every single coin. But I don't know, some of the interesting things I found in coin rolls, you can find weird foreign ones in the nickels. I found that that's common too. I did find, kind of a long while back, it was in one of my videos, I found a 5-cent coin from Singapore. It had a conversion value, made it like worth like 17 cents or something. It was pretty funny. But it's always cool when you find something unique like that. Now this one kind of looks semi-old. It's probably like another 64. 60. Pretty close, but yeah, just going to toss that one back. Striking out, well, no, I shouldn't say striking out. Not doing amazing on the clear wrappers. These are the ones my bank kind of normally has on hand, but we got a couple oldies from them so far, but that first hand-wrapped one was definitely the best, so maybe I'll take a break from doing these in a second, and we'll do one of those ones next, the paper ones, see if they're any better. Nothing in that one. I'm going to try to pick up the pace here a little bit so this video isn't horrendously long. But yeah, let's go ahead and open this one that's, I don't know if it was wet or something. Maybe that's why it's a little weird, but it's kind of like, I don't know, it wasn't really tight and it's kind of real ratty. That's a really weird looking one. It's got like a copper edge on it. Ew, that's really weird. Got like a pink toning on it. I don't know what happened to that. It's pretty crazy looking. I'll set that aside. Look at it a bit more later. Ew, that roll had actually had, I think it was the wrapper. It had like an odor to it. I think it was wet at some point. It smells a little musty. There's some new ones in here, so they weren't rolled that long ago. 2016 right there. Nope, nothing old in that one. Let's go ahead and do the other paper roll here. It doesn't look like anything interesting on the ends there. I kind of like doing the $50 for the filming the way the rolls are, because I can kind of open them and show and kind of get them all in my hand and show the rim of them. And it's kind of cool just the way the videos come out when I do the $50. That's kind of why I like to do those too. They're easier to make a nice video out of. But yeah, I definitely like to look through some nickels from time to time. But man, I mean, the excitement you get from finding the silver $50, and I found, I think it's 2 Walking Liberty $50. I mean, when you find, you know, a silver Kennedy or a Walking Liberty $50, I've never found a Franklin, but when you find a big piece of silver in a $50 roll, it just really gets your blood pumping. It's really fun. But I've been really striking out on the boxes in my area lately. I just haven't been doing well. I think I didn't get silver in my last 3 boxes. I think I only had 140%, and I don't do it for the money, but when you go multiple boxes in a row and you don't find anything, sometimes it just kind of gets to you. But yeah, if anybody has any ideas for things I could add to my videos that you like that I do and haven't done in a while, there's an old one there. Just a comment and let me know. I do like to read through the comments. It's a 1957 plane. Fairly common, but not a bad find there. At least we got something. Still hoping we can squeak a silver out. Now this one looks, from the back of it, now that I look at it more, that's probably 60s-ish. Yep, 1963. I've gone through so many coins over the years that, you know, I just get so used from the die strikes and things like that, where you can just estimate the age of it just by looking at one side of a lot of them, because there's a lot of minor changes and things like that your eyes just pick up on. And it's kind of nerdy, but I can tell the date of a lot of coins generally just from looking at one side of them, which is kind of crazy. Well, nothing old in there. We got 4 clear rolls left. We didn't do too bad for only having $32 in nickels. Unfortunately, they didn't have a full box for me to be able to pick up. I would have had to order one, but I wanted to make this video today for everybody, so I just decided to grab what they had and go ahead and look through them. Almost on that one. 1961. I forgot to get a bin. I'm running out of room here on my table. I keep sliding them over. We're slowly running out of surface space here. Come on. Okay, I see one that looks pretty good when I dumped this one out. You can tell from the back of it. That could be 60s, but that might be earlier. 62, almost. Almost. This one looks pretty good, and it's got an S mint mark. Man, what happened to that one? 1941. It's really worn around the edges. But that's actually not a bad find right there. A little smooth on that side and got some marks on it. But when I saw that S mint mark, that's always a good thing. Always a good thing. That would probably have a little bit of value over face value. Unfortunately, not too much in this condition. But not a bad find right there. I think that's the oldest one we got from so far, 1941. All right, down to the last two rolls. You can see from the edges of these, you can see through the side of them. There's a couple off-colored ones, but they still look like thicker, newer rims. So normally you can tell the warnicles from the side in these. I don't think we found any today. But hey, we still got some decent stuff, even though we didn't get any silver. Right there as I dumped that out pops another 1957 Denver. So not bad. I'm officially running out of space. Okay, let's move this over just a bit and do the last roll. Oh, there they go. Here's that dark one I was showing. Like I said, it was a dark one that was probably newer, and you can see it's 1994, but you can tell the rim's thick. The rims in the older ones, they just look a little bit different. They're kind of more rounded on the edges. And I don't know, you can just tell, especially the warnicles, because of the manganese content in them and other metals, they kind of turn like either black or have a yellowish tint to them, or a little bit of both. So you can normally tell from the sides. Well, nothing else old in that one, so that's going to do it for today's coin roll hunt. And I just kind of put a little pile here of all the interesting ones I pulled. There were some coins from the 1940s and 1950s. I got that one uncirculated 1987 D. Might hang on to that one, because that's just a beautiful coin. It would have had to come out of like a uncirculated roll, or just somehow wasn't in circulation until recently. Who knows where it was at all them years, but it obviously hasn't changed hands many times. So we got some nickels from the 40s and 50s. Nothing significantly valuable, but the best ones for sure would be the 1941 S and the 1942 plain. Those are definitely the best two coins in this hunt. So hey everyone, thanks for watching. Take care. Happy coin roll hunting.